going on YouTube? Got another video for you guys today on my used but new to me purchase of a 2008 Suzuki Boulevard C109. This is new to me. This is my little get around. Check the bike out. We're going to be doing a wash on this video today. You can see that it's a big bike. It's a pretty big bike. Nice, wide, big tank. And with that 109 cubic inch motor, she's got power. It's a 5-speed, very torquey bike. But this is the way to go for the price. Can't beat it. So I'm gonna bring you guys along and do a little wash on the bike. Show you guys how a bike gets washed. Here we go. All right, now that the bike's all soaked up, I'm gonna start soaping it down, scrubbing it down. Want to be able to hit all the bars, controls. Of course, we're starting from the top and working our way down. So, windshield, you want to make sure that you're spraying enough when you're pre-rinsing before you start soaping. Pressure wash the windshield. Make sure you knock all the dirt off of it. And then when you're soaping it, make sure you put a lot of soap. That way you don't got a lot of dirt on there and you're scratching up the windshield when you're cleaning. And then go to the bars. If you're doing any chrome or anything like that, make sure you're scrubbing the chrome. Looking for bugs on the mirrors, because you get a lot of bugs on the mirrors when you're riding. All right, work my way down to the seat. Start touching the chrome on the sissy bars. If you guys don't know, backrest called a sissy bar, also known as a sissy bar. For passenger riders, they got something to lean on. Whenever you're cruising, they can relax and lean back on. Make sure you're scrubbing all that down. All right, and exhaust. Cleaning all the chrome. You can leave a lot of water spots on here if you don't scrub it right. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with riding or if you have any experience in it. I've owned 2 Harleys prior to this. Some of you might think, well, why did you go to Suzuki? I had fun with the Harleys that I had. My first one was a 2007 Sportster. It was fuel injected. It was fun. I got rid of it with plans to get a bigger bike. Then I stepped up to a 2014 Dyna Switchback. I liked it, but then I got to the point where I wasn't riding as much, and it was kind of a lot of bike as far as price to be sitting in the garage. It wasn't justifying it sitting there, so I decided to sell it to pay off some debt. And now that I got debt paid off, I wanted to be able to ride again, but not feel guilty about having the heavy price tag. So I got this bike, a Steel, for 3,200 bucks. This bike's got a lot of power. It rides good. I can't complain. So very happy with it. Very grateful. Only thing I got to do is just make sure that I'm respecting it and riding safe, because people are dangerous out there now these days. So you just make sure you're gonna do a good scrub down. Watch the jugs up on top. See if you can get your hands in there. Soap them down. Scrub all the chrome. All right, so it looks like I hit pretty much everything. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse it down. All right, so if you guys are gonna be putting your hands on someone else's bike that wants you to detail it, always make sure you're going microfiber towels on everything. Don't use any cheap products. Be careful with doing stuff in direct sunlight. If you are, like soaps with wax and stuff like that. Deionized water is one thing, that's what I do. But if you don't, it's okay. Just make sure your drying process, your drying game is on point, because you can leave a lot of water spots, and probably the majority of the people that have bikes are not gonna want their stuff messed up. Stuff's not cheap, so just make sure you're being very careful with everything, and you're going through all the process and taking all the precautions you can to be as safe as possible. And I can't stress enough these windshields. These windshields can scratch very easily. So really make sure your rinse process is really good. You're soaping it down and trying to do everything you can to get any dirt off as much as possible. It does help if you have an air compressor, so you can use compressed air to blow any water out of any crevices. That way you're not staying too long there working on the bike, because it'll have you there for a long time. There's a lot of little buttons, crevices, shapes of different stuff everywhere, so the emblems, everything can leak water, everything can hold water, so you just want to be real careful with that. And try to work from the top down, because a lot of water will drip down and you'll have to end up drying everything over again. In most cases, like this one's got chrome engine covers and everything like that, so there's not too much black. But in these fins right here, you want to watch out for those, especially a lot of Harleys. You want to look for a product called PICKThis. PICKThis is basically what gets in these fins. You spray it on here and it makes everything nice and dark. It dries up dark. It makes the engine look brand new, because if not, you just spray and leave it like this, you're going to see it looks kind of like a faded black. So if you want that really like nice showroom look, which if someone's going to pay you to do their bike, most likely they want it looking showroom, go for PICKThis. Check it out. Look it up online. It's the way to go. Reverse my towel. sissy bar, backrest, all the pad. If you want to, you don't want to really go with any cheap leather treatments or anything like that on the motorcycles. They make them really slippery after once you get on the bike and start riding away. So look into some, like, you know, some good quality stuff for the seats. You don't want to just be throwing like trim restoration on there or anything like that. It'll look good, but it's not gonna seep in there. Most of these seats are not really leather, they're more vinyl. So a UV protectant is still good, but if they're not planning on going for a ride, you're okay with using a UV protectant like that. Just make sure that they're not going to be hopping on it right away, because then it's just going to rub off. In time, it'll dry up and sit. It'll like sit into the seat, and then it just becomes one with it. It usually lasts for a pretty long time. All right, so I'm gonna give a little shout out to my camera lady. Thank you, babe. My daughter Aubriana, she's being a very great helper today. She's doing a good job, so yay on that. Thank you for your help, my love. She's doing a great job. And make sure that you guys like and subscribe. Hit that bell for those notifications so we can keep bringing these videos to you. We're doing these videos at least once a week. Just remember to get all the water off any of the engine and everything like that. Especially the exhaust. You want your exhaust looking nice if it's a chrome one. Some people got like the matte black paint. You don't want to leave any water on any of that stuff, because it's going to look like regular water spots. It looks bad, and sometimes they don't come off, so be careful with that. Speaking of water spots, here pretty soon we're going to be trying out a new product. It just hit the shelf recently, so stay tuned for that video coming up next. All right guys, well, that about wraps it up for my bike. I'll go ahead and give you a walk around real quick. Thank you, honey. So you can see windshield's looking nice. Nice big chrome headlight housing. The people that have an eye for a bike, man, the ones that the bike owners, they know what they're looking for. You probably, if you're not familiar with bikes at all, I don't want to say to intimidate you, just brush up on your game. Watch videos and really watch what people look for, because they're going to be looking for, you know, small little water, you know, sit anywhere, anything that's not dry. Like in here, you're going to want to clean all those crevices. You're going to make sure that you want to, you know, get a microfiber rag. I'm using a big drying towel, but if you got a smaller rag, you're going to wipe it up and get all in there. Sorry about that. It's a little windy. But yeah, you want to get in all these crevices and dry up all this stuff. And like I said, that's where compressed air will play great for doing motorcycles. You could use a blower too, but I mean, most of the blowers have, you know, a wide nozzle. They're not, you need like a cone shape or something. It needs to be small so that way it can force air in those direct places that you're blowing it. That way it's not just smearing it around. And yeah, just make sure you're hitting everywhere around all the chrome and getting as much as you can. This bike's not perfect. This is not a showroom bike for me. I'm not really worried like that, like how I used to be with the Harleys. I'm more of just an enthusiast now. I'll ride anything and everything. I like to have fun, man. I mean, I do want it to look good. I do want to take care of it, protect it. I will be putting waxes from time to time on the bike just to keep the paint up. But you can see, nice glare. The alloy wheels looking really clean. So brake buster is still a pretty good way to go if you want to clean your tires up, scrub them, get that nasty brown off the tires. That way it makes the tires look new. I can't stress this enough. If you're wanting to make the tires look dark, do not put tire dressing. I don't care, slick resist, like non-slick, don't put tire dressing on motorcycles. If you're not familiar with it, which I have learned back in the years, you get tire dressing on this tire and that tire dressing bleeds over a little bit past this wall. Your bike, you're leaning it whenever you're turning, if you're on the highways, whatever the case may be, this gets slick, you're going down. That person's gonna go down. They're gonna slip out. You need as much grip as you can on these tires, so avoid putting tire shine on here. There's different ways to go about cleaning tires. Some guys got the white walls. You can use like a bleach white. I was fine with using the degreaser. You can see the tire looks really good still. Looks nice and original. If someone's asking for tire shine, let them know for that exact reason. They should already know. But to save yourself heartache and somebody getting hurt, you know, from your mistake. Avoid doing that. So everything else is pretty much good to go. If you want, I would. It doesn't take a lot of work. If your washer already doesn't have a wax inside the soap, throw a spray wax or a sealant on their bike, man. I mean, bike's paint, motorcycle paint's gonna pop really well. You can see this paint looks still pretty fair. I haven't done any polishing or anything like that to it, but you throw wax on there, you can put spray wax on the chrome, the headlights, the fork sliders, the signal housings, chrome air boxes, all of that. Any of this, all the paint and all the chrome, you can put wax on that. You could even put it on the exhaust. I mean, it's not really going to matter. The exhaust is just going to come off because of the heat. But that's it, you guys. Make sure all your controls and everything, your speedo is all clean, wiped down. If people have any black trim like this, it's okay to put like a restoration on here, exterior restoration. It'll make it nice and dark. It doesn't last forever. Bikes usually sit outside, but you want their bike looking complete when it's done. Don't put nothing on their grips. Don't put no oily solutions or anything like that on their grips. You want to keep their grips dry. That way your hands are not slippery. Your hands get sweaty when you're riding. They start getting slippery and stuff like that. You want to have these as dry as possible. And that's pretty much it, guys. So thanks again for watching the video. Please, if you guys can, share these videos. Make sure if you haven't hit already, hit that like, subscribe. That way I can keep bringing this content to you guys. Like I said, I'll be having another video coming up soon here for water spots, removing water spots and the right chemical for it. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. You guys take care. Have a blessed one. Have a good one.